economy and turn our country around. Joining us now, investigative reporter for the Washington Examiner, Sarah Westwood. Sarah, good to have you with us. Republican political strategist, investment banker, finance attorney, a busy fellow. Boris Epshteyn, good to have you with us.
Good to be here.
Sarah, let's start with, I haven't heard, Paul Ryan was never that tough on Barack Obama, for crying out loud. What's gotten into him? Is he starting to take seriously that challenge, that primary challenge in his home district?
Well, you know, if there's anything that can unite the Paul Ryan and Donald Trump wings of the Republican Party, it's defeating Hillary Clinton. So today's news from the State Department should help with that. But Donald Trump is not losing any sleep over this delayed Paul Ryan endorsement. He doesn't need it. And, you know, the Speaker is trying to have it both ways here. He wants to you know, he knows that he eventually has to support Donald Trump because he doesn't want Hillary Clinton to be president. But he also wants to preserve his own image for the future in case Donald Trump's political legacy is less than triumphant. He wants to be able to point to this period of hesitation and say, I was not a willing passenger on the Trump train.
Yeah, he looks to me, Sarah, honestly, self-centered, selfish, self-absorbed, and utterly confused. I mean, this is his Hamlet act. It seems to be some sort of gambit to make people forget he's really done nothing in Congress. I mean, achieved literally nothing, Boris. And he's 7 months as Speaker, and he's already claimed a superiority to John Boehner, who put him in the job.
And we've forgotten what happened in 2012 with him on the ticket. Obama carried Wisconsin.
That didn't work out?
Did President Romney? I don't think so. Vice President Ryan? I don't think so either. So, yeah, there has been this movement within the Republican Party to anoint somehow Paul Ryan as our savior, but that didn't happen in 12. Again, not only did Obama win Wisconsin, Obama won the first district. He won Ryan's home district. So
you know what else he won?
Not to be.
Do you know the rest of the arcane numbers?
Janesville.
You got it. He lost his hometown in the congressional race.
And Trump won Janesville in the primary in Wisconsin.
Yes, he did.
So Ryan's not listening.
Unfortunately, he didn't win Wisconsin. That's, you know, it's a trade-off. I got to keep this thing fair and balanced. But let's turn, Sarah, to New Mexico. Susana Martinez. Trump going after she snubbed him, made a couple of, a number of, actually, very nasty remarks. And the best they could do is come up with a campaign spokesman to respond. What's the deal there? Your reaction?
Donald Trump has never been one to take a perceived slight laying down, and this is sort of all feeding into the narrative that he's built so far, which is that he's not afraid to call out members of his own party when he feels that they're not being fair to him and when he feels that they're not taking care of business. And today you saw him come out and say, Susana Martinez, there's employment in New Mexico, she's not handling it, I could do a better job, and that's just something his supporters want to hear and something you'll see moving forward. He's not afraid to take on the establishment in both parties. You know,
when you say he's not afraid to take on, Boris, afraid doesn't even seem to be in his psyche embedded anywhere, certainly not in his lexicon or his code of conduct.
Definitely not. And he's gotten here by being himself, by being brash, right? Bucking all the traditions of the Republican primary ways in the establishment, but now you're seeing the party coalesce around him, and those who are leaving themselves out, like Governor Martinez and like Speaker Ryan, are really doing it at their peril, not because of Trump, but because of the voters who they're not listening to.
Yeah, and you know, as you and Sarah were talking about, you know, Paul Ryan has become something of, you know, he's sort of over on a side, if you will, ring of the circus. You just sort of watch it, not because it really matters anymore, because he's sort of played himself into irrelevance. But, Sarah, you know, I really think it's sort of interesting to watch just to see how he's going to mess up that little ring that he's got over there on the side of all that's happening. Boris, great to have you with us. Sarah, thank you so much for joining us tonight.